What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Scarlet Violet video, and today we're continuing our collaboration series. And up next with my special guest on the channel today, we have ChessBoard here, and they got 25th place at the recent Fort Wayne Regionals, and they did it with a Vivillon squad. And Vivillon's a really super cool Pokemon that I've always wanted to try and feature on the channel. Just because, you know, it's super cool into what we have in the meta right now with regulationC. So, ChessBoard, you want to say hello to our viewers and tell us a little bit about your VGC background?
Yeah, what's up? My name is Mason ChessBoard Cutler, and I've been playing VGC for probably around 3 years now. Early Sword and Shield is when I started.
I guess.
Yeah, I think I've been to quite a few regionals at this point, probably 5 or 6, and this was my first like really breakout performance, so I'm really happy with this team.
Absolutely. And now, what was the idea? Like, when you were building the team, was there like some big thought, like, oh man, I have to bring Vivillon into this tournament? Like, what was the deciding factor, without like discussing the entire team? What was the deciding factor in bringing Vivillon into this regional?
Yeah, so it's a Pokemon I was really interested in Sword and Shield, but unfortunately it never made it into like the DLC. But in this game I just experimented with it, and I believe it was a player named Masayoshi who originally used the Vivillon stuff, and I thought it was super cool. So it's really good for sort of pairing next to the frailer Pokemon. It allows them to take spread hits, not well, but you know, they're able to take hits that they can't normally, and like get off really powerful attacks, which is nice.
Yeah.
So I thought going into Series 3, like Chi-Yu would obviously be, you know, a top Pokemon, and I used it essentially to replace Gholdengo on my Charlotte team. So it's very similar. It's a nasty plot set with just powerful spread moves, and Vivillon is really able to enable it and run away with some games.
Absolutely. And you have Friend Guard on this, right? Which is you know, kind of like the Maushold kind of idea to like reduce damage.
Yep. So the Friend Guard set is it's pretty unique. Vivillon has like the 2 different modes. It has the like unique role of being the fastest accurate sleep user, but I'm just a bigger fan of the Friend Guard personally. I've never really liked using sleep just because it's not the most consistent strategy.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, the whole idea with Vivillon, right? It's like, it's a really good support Pokemon. Not only just the ability, but it's got Tailwind, right, which we have here. The Pollen Puff is really good into the Treasures of Ruin Pokemon. And then if you want, you can always click the sleep button, right? That's always another option. So it's like really nice. I think it's one of the best support Pokemon that we have in the game at the moment. So really nice that you got a good placement with it at this regional. And hopefully we can get some wins with the Butterfly here on the channel today. So folks, you know how this goes. Mason's going to call all the shots. I'm just going to click the shiny button. So without any wasting further time, let's just go straight into the ranked battles. Mason, we're playing the mirror, literally. We're playing against your doppelganger. What is the plan here? Who is also running Dondozo Tatsugiri with Flutter Mane Chi-Yu. He just said, you know what, screw the butterfly. We're going with the snail here.
This is actually wild.
I promise this isn't planned.
Yeah. 4 of the same mons.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'd say, so one thing I always like to look for is if they have a Flutter Mane, and if they do, I usually won't lead Tatsugiri.
Okay.
So when they have Wo-Chien, we pretty much are always going to be Tera Grass and the Dondozo to avoid Leech Seeds.
Good.
So I think early game here, we kind of want to try and remove the Glimmora as well as we can. So I think the best way to do that would just be the Chi-Yu Flutter Mane lead.
Ooh, okay. We're going with violence in the opening.
Yep, and then just simply do the Dondozo Tatsugiri in the back.
Yeah. All right. We're going to leave the butterfly home for this game.
Yeah, the it's kind of hard to use in the Dondozo matchup just because.
That's okay. We'll
Yeah,
find a use for it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
it's strongest use on this team is setting up the nasty plot with Chi-Yu, and Dondozo is just able to ignore that completely.
Well, you're gonna get your wish here. We've got the Wo-Chien Glimmora, one of my favorite combinations in Regulation C, Series 3, whatever you want to call it. However, that being said, his special attacks are going to be going first. Looks like we have the faster Flutter Mane, if I'm understanding this correctly. Yep. So, what would you like to do here?
So there's always the potential for the spiky shield on the Glimmora. So,
Okay.
one thing we can actually do is we will take a power gem, so we can try and set up a nasty plot just to potentially cover for the spiky shield, and then just shadow ball the Glimmora.
Ooh, just a little bit of chip damage, huh? All right.
Yep.
Okay. He is going to Tera, by the way.
Alright.
All right. Let's see what this is. Is it Tera Grass? Oh, it's the Wo-Chien stuff. Interesting. And it is Tera Poison. All right, makes sense. The Flutter Mane. All right. So this could be Runation. This could be Sub. This could be Leech Seed. Shadow Ball. Is this AV? Let's see.
It is not.
Oh, it's Citrus.
Okay.
All right. So we are going to get a nasty plot off. So that's great news for us, I think. All right.
Yeah, it should be. The Wo-Chien's not really threatening us, so we'll be at around 60% after a power gem.
Spin.
A Mortal Spin.
Yeah, that is annoying. The poison makes sense
but
here.
Honestly, it's probably the best case scenario, just because these two mons are likely to go down anyways.
There is the Leech Seed. Okay. So I'm calling a Protect next turn. What do you think?
Yeah, we can always. I mean, if you want to get a little saucy, we can go for another nasty plot. But...
Oh man, I think that one is enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, trying to think if we can really posture up here. I think we're probably just fine leaving these two in.
Yep. I don't even know if he wants to Protect. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I would fire off a Dark Pulse and a Shadow Ball into the Glimmora slot.
Okay. Let's see.
Or
he did not have an Assault Vest, so
yeah, you could also just Dazzling Gleam to get a little bit of damage on the Wo-Chien, but I think all the damage we do to it, it'll just heal off with the Leech Seed.
let's just do this. Let's see if he protects. No Protect, so this is good news for us. Alright. Okay, unfortunate. We could have clicked Heat Wave there.
Yeah, I'm always afraid to click the Heat Wave.
Alright, he did not Protect either. It looks like he's seeding the other slot here. Oh, he wanted to Pollen Puff his friend. Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Alright.
I definitely don't think it was going to take a Dark Pulse no matter what.
No, I don't think so. Maybe he thought, oh. Alright, well, is it Dondozo coming in? Let's see. Alright. We got rid of Glimmora. I think you almost have to, right? Because, like, oh, maybe not. You can still leave the other options in the back. Okay, it is Flutter Mane. So that tells me there's probably no Dondozo in the back, which means it's probably just his other friend.
Yeah, very interesting. So there are specs Flutter, or most likely specs Flutter Mane.
Yeah, no, I didn't see no booster.
Yeah, which means we can actually fire a Shadow Ball into that slot, and then I would probably Dark Pulse the Wo-Chien just to
get something on it.
Yeah. And Shadow Ball, depending on how especially bulky they are, has a chance to take that here.
Let's give it a go. For Protect, he protects. I would imagine the Wo-Chien protects now, but we'll see. Let's see. Alright. Oh, well.
Okay, so they're probably Focus Sash in that case.
Oh, Golden Protect. Okay, a little bit of poison damage. Alright. Interesting. Alright. You let me know when you're ready to click the Heat Wave button.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we just do that this turn, because...
we need some chip damage.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to assume they are a Focus / Flutter Mane. I don't think I saw a Booster Energy proc, so...
Yeah, and this is probably going to be our last Flutter Mane turn anyway. The poison is racking up here, and let's get some value out of it. So let's click the Heat Wave button here, and then what do you want to do with this Flutter?
And then I'd say, I mean, in case Heat Wave does miss, I'd just say Shadow Ball the Flutter Mane, because
he switches into the other thing. I'm gonna cry. There's no way, right? Maybe. Let's see if he calls it. He did see it. He did scout it. Let's see if he switches into the other one. Oh, the other slot. Okay. So Chi-Yu is gonna take a Heat Wave here.
that'll do roughly half. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's all right. I would love a KO here. Let's see if we get it. All right. Oh, ooh! It does KO. No sash.
What item were
Whoa.
that? Weird.
Single target Heat Wave, by the way, which we miss.
Yeah, that's why Heat Wave button always freaks me out a little bit. But
that's okay. We have Dondozo.
Yeah, exactly. And they've already Terra'd. I mean, I can't see how we don't win this endgame. Like, there is potential for Scarf Chi-Yu, right?
There is potential.
So, I mean, I don't think we need the Chi-Yu. We can just keep the Nasty Plot boost, and I'd say maybe protect Dondozo and just fire off like a
let's get
either
the
a
information
Heat Wave
out.
or a Dark Pulse.
Yeah, let's get some chip damage here. Does our Dondozo have a grandma? I didn't actually take a look here.
Yeah, this one does.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then that's a great spot. So,
Yeah, so if we just get a tad bit of damage on the Chi-Yu, then Earthquake would definitely clean it up and just protect.
Yeah, let's see it. Are you Scarf, or is this a speed type? We're gonna find out. Either way, I don't think it picks up regardless. All right, protect here. Does he protect the Wo-Chien and just fire off with the Chi-Yu? That's what I would do. Oh, he's faster. Bing! Okay, come on, Chi-Yu, be good. Nasty Plot Heat Wave. All right, we missed something.
Missed one.
We missed the Wo-Chien.
Okay. There we
right.
go. They take that damage, and they miss the Leech Seed. So now if they are Scarfs, yeah, we aren't afraid of Scarf anymore because they click Dark Pulse. So what we do here is just switch in the Tatsu and Tera Grass Earthquake to avoid the Leech Seed.
Oh, perfect. Then that's it. Game over. Tera Grass is smart. All right.
Yeah, I just don't think they have any way around this.
Tera
There
Poison.
is like, I mean, if they aren't Scarf and they are able to like overheat this turn, but
We're gonna
that's
find
about
out.
it.
Would you really overheat a Dondozo?
Yeah, it's very dangerous if they do.
Alright, maybe you want a speed tie. Were we max speed timid? No, we weren't, right?
No. This
Yeah,
is
so-
yeah, so this is actually a really bulky Chi-Yu. It's
I saw it.
one selling point of this team is actually the Tatsugiri and the Chi-Yu are both EV to be just slightly slower than the Maushold, so it's able to get Super Fangs off, and then that's usually more than enough for those two to clean up a KO.
Nice. Alright, so he is able to just click dart. That did a lot. Don't flinch me. Oh my god, he flinched me.
Okay.
Alright, we're playing this game. Yeah.
So they
How
are.
He is Scarf. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. They're Scarf Chi-Yu. This is a max speed Dondozo. So yeah.
You just have to click it again.
Yeah, it's I mean, hope they don't get the flinch, but
Yeah, that was the only thing I was afraid of. Alright, another Dark Pulse. We could lose by just getting flinched. Okay, good.
there we
Alright.
go. We're good.
Alright. This should just kill
I-
it now.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they can't be that fast and bulky enough to take an Earthquake.
Alright. Oh, foul play.
I'll play.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
Alright, that should do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to bother with like protecting or anything. We can just clean this game up with a
EQ.
yeah, EQ or Wave Crash, doesn't really matter.
GG's, bro. Alright, the better Mason, the actual real Mason has won the game.
Exactly.
Alright. Oh, never mind.
Not quite.
Alright. Oh, that's gonna do a lot. Oh! This is why Wo-Chien did not do as well as it did in the regional. It doesn't do that much damage outside of Leech Seed, right? Unfortunate. All right,
Probably
now I will click the wave crash button. I probably should have clicked that the first time. But that's okay.
Or
Earthquake does
do
more.
the BM Tera Blast.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We have to. We have to. Oh, dang it.
Man.
That's okay. We're playing against the Dream, and this is Justin Tang's team. The Dragapult is in the 4th slot.
I've seen this team a few times.
Oh, I'm sure we've all had. Justin, how are you? If you're watching.
That's the goat right there. I think. All right. Versus this team, Chien-Pao is something that's like really scary into this matchup, but I always like leading Maushold versus it.
4 Mouseketeers, I like that name.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Spite, one of my channel members, for that one. Let's see. I think. So I'll be honest, I have not practiced a crazy amount post tournaments. Kind of freestyle on this one. I think.
I like this thing as a lead.
Yeah, I think going the Flutter Mane's good here.
It's like he's got the Arcanine, but like okay, sure.
Yeah, and then it's just Dondo Tatsu in the back, I'd say.
Dondo Tatsu. The Palafin gets interesting, but this is why we have Tera Grass Dondozo for something like that. So we might have to save the grass option for that.
Yeah, that's a few checks I have on this team is like, do they have Flutter Mane? Do they have Amoongus? Do they have Palafin? And if they have Amoongus or Palafin, it's pretty much always going to be Tera Grass on the Dondozo. And if they don't have Flutter Mane, Choice Specs Tatsugiri can typically just wreak havoc.
Alright. Now remember, that Dragapult cannot protect.
That is right. I can actually pull up the team sheet here.
Now, the Dragapult is faster, but...
I'd say, like, you can always just Super Fang the Palafin slot, because it is likely to switch out, and their Ghost is on the field right now.
Okay.
Or they do have Flutter Mane on this team, but it doesn't really matter what the Maushold does. And then, I mean, it's banded, right? So, yeah, we have the speed booster, so I think you can just Moonblast the Dragapult slot.
Sure, we can do this. If he switches, it'll be interesting. Alright, does go for the swap. I would love to get... Is it Flutter Mane? Let's see. It's Arcanine. Ooh, free Super Fang damage. Take that.
Get some very solid chip.
Yeah, very, very solid chip. Alright. Alright, Dragapult. The outspeed. And goodbye. Yeah, now... I get it. Yep. He let us kill it. That's great news. Dragapult dying turn 1. Alright, great chip damage into the Arcanine. That couldn't have gone any better. Somewhat.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, but here comes the Palafin, right?
So, one thing that is a little embarrassing on this team is the Flutter Mane's not EV'd. I didn't have time.
Oh, it has no EVs?
Well, okay, it's EV'd. It's max, I mean. So.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like, I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Yeah. No. I'm not that good. I do need GVs to win.
Alright, but we do have Maushold on this team. But...
Yeah, so we can probably just follow me here, and then I kind of want to get rid of that Arcanine, just Shadow Ball into that slot.
Sure, we can do that. At least chip things down, wait for the Dondozo endgame snare. Oh, he's going for the Tera.
Right. So, yeah, if this is Jet Punch here, the Flutter Mane would not take this, basically.
No, it wouldn't. This is why we click the follow me button. If we can get rid of the Arcanine, it would be great. It's going to be close. Alright, because, you know... But we are max, so yeah. Alright, there's a Jet Punch. Can Maushold take it, though?
Yes. It's actually EV'd specifically for this, so...
Okay. Alright, and Shadow Ball on the Arcanine. I would love to get rid of it. Oh! That is not good. Oh, he kills himself, but he takes out our Maushold anyway, though. Alright, yeah. I would have loved to just naturally kill it, right? And keep the Maushold on the field.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate, but... I mean, it's better than it Intimidate cycling on the Dondozo, I'd say.
Yeah, so in that regard, we will take that. Okay. So I guess we have to go into this guy now.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and there is the Chien-Pao, which is Pokesash.
Okay, so this is definitely kind of scary. Is it Haze Chien-Pao?
No, I don't think so, because he has a Palafin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he has Palafin. He's not Haze.
Alright, so going for the Tera Grass, Tera Blast into Palafin here is probably the best option, just because you can't really afford to get hazed. Like, there is the potential to try and read it, but
I feel like, yeah, like, I mean, we can't take this Jet Punch, but, like, do you want to, like, hard read and go for a Protect here? Or do you want to just be aggressive?
I think switching in Tatsu is fine.
Okay. We'll do it. We'll keep the Flutter in the back. Because he, you know, he could read this, but yeah, well, it'll still be alright. Alright, Tatsu goes here. Alright. Now, I don't think we pick up this Palafin, by the way, but...
It'd have to be pretty bulky.
Oh, they usually go max. I think he's max almost.
It's enough to take out max HP.
Okay.
It'd have to be sacrificing some attack.
Alright, so here's our Tera Grass Dondozo.
And we also have a Sword of Ruin on the field, so definitely.
Yeah. I mean, this is not all eggs in one basket. We still have Flutter Mane and the the Tatsugiri. Even though it's Specs, it's not Scarf. Okay, Sacred Sword, that's gonna hurt. Okay, but not that much. Alright, Tera Blast, Dondozo. Does it pick up Justin Tang's Palafin? Survey says it does. Justin, right. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is why you run Tera Grass Dondozo, folks. And now the game is over. Dragapult died turn 1. Well done. He saw that we got the speed boost, and he kept it in. But there wasn't much he could do. Alright, I think now we just do whatever we want, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say... I mean, Earthquaking's fine, because it'll put it in range of both the Mons in the back. And, I mean, potentially we won't take the recoil, might make a difference.
Sure, I think he just cancels. But yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Justin, you did your best. Even though it's not actually Justin. Alright, we got Austin Powers here with, oh my god, that is a Jolteon.
Hey, I mean, Jolteon's my favorite Pokemon. I hate to do it to my boy.
He's fast though, right? 130 speed, right?
Yes, very fast.
Oh, bro. Okay, but it's not faster than Flutter Mane.
Nah, not with the booster energy or anything.
Alright, what's the plan against Jolteon?
I'm trying to think of how they stopped Dondozo here.
Maybe, I mean, no.
We got Tera Grass for Meow. We got Tera Grass for Jolteon. It'd be like Hurricanes from Pelipper, but Pelipper is also powering up our Wave Crashes. So I'd say we just... Flutter Mane absolutely shuts down Great Tusk. I think it might be one of the best counters... Or not Flutter Mane, sorry. The other butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely shuts down Great Tusk. So I actually think we can try and make it work here.
Ooh! Are we bringing it in the lead?
Yep.
Oh, we got
in the perfect world, we match their Tailwinds.
Okay, I have 10 seconds.
And then Flutter Mane, Dondozo, Tatsu.
Okay. I got 5 seconds.
Sorry. I was kind of taken aback by this team.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect here, but the Jolt, is it like Volt Absorb? Is it just meant to take like electric moves?
Yeah, it's Volt Absorb or Quick Feet.
Oh, it's got to be Volt Absorb. There's no way. I don't even know what Quick Feet does.
It's like an almost good ability. If you're status, at 1.5 times your speed.
All right, the butterfly is in. So is the Jolteon. This is it, folks. The battle you've all been waiting for. All right, what's the plan?
It's definitely try and set Tailwind here.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll basically just ensure our Dondozo is faster than most things. And then I don't think it would hurt to go for a Dazzling Gleam. Just get some safe chip on both these mons. They're both...
Okay.
This Jolteon's pretty frail.
Alright, I mean, a little bit of chip. Alright, there's the switch. What's coming in? Who's taking this? I would love a Great Tusk switch into this. Pelipper! Alright. Could potentially break the sash here. Alright. Drizzle. Okay. Making Dondozo stronger. Great idea. Alright. Chip damage. Is it Thunder Wave? Shadow Ball! Wow. We should eat this.
Yeah.
That's not even 50. And
They almost had the sauce.
Yeah, yeah. And we have the Pollen Puff if you want to try it. Or
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Just Pollen Puff, and there is potential for Wide Guard, right? So
you want to just Pollen Puff this thing? Or our Flutter Mane?
I was thinking the Flutter Mane, and then I would Moonblast Pelipper here, because Dondozo can completely wall Jolteon.
For sure. Oh my god, the ultimate call. Is it really an ultimate call? I don't know. Alright. Moonblast. Yeet! Goodbye, Pelipper. No Tailwind for you. How does he beat Dondozo?
He must have the legendary Tera Bug Pin Missile Jolteon.
Oh man. Alright. Discharge! Vivillon lives! No Parahacks. Well, we don't know yet. Don't para me. Oh
man.
Okay, he brings us to normal speed. Okay, but Vivillon did not get paralyzed.
Good news.
Yes, there is the Palafin.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we can actually get the Rage Powder off here to ignore Jet Punch, and then Flutter Mane will be faster than Jolteon through the Tailwind.
Okay.
So,
you want to just Shadow Ball it or Moonblast it?
I'd say we just Moonblast Jolteon here.
Sure. I would love to get this off. There's no way he protects you, right? There's just no way. He thinks he's faster now. Alright.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Alright, he's thinking about it. He's not sure. Alright, Vivillon putting in some work already.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, he's, did he DC? Oh, no he didn't. Alright, there's the Rage Powder. Alright, did he go for the Jet Punch? Alright, and he did. Alright, Vivillon, thank you for your service. Alright, don't get paired for Flutter Mane. Be good.
Come on now.
Come on. Okay, good. Well done.
Right.
Good job. Alright, alright, alright. Flutter Mane's too good, man. Vivillon, your sacrifice was not wasted. And is this going to be the second game in a row where we're just going to Tera Blast this Palafin?
I think so. I mean, there's the occasional Tera Grass Palafin.
Oh, we have to, actually. There's a Meowscarada.
Yeah, I think we just simply Tera Grass, Tera Blast, the Palafin, and switch in Tatsugiri.
Yes. And this is it, folks. For the second game in a row, we're doing it. Now, he could make the gamer play and protect Palafin and go for some super effective grass move that... Well, actually, I don't even know what he's got. It's probably just a dark move, if anything. Right.
Trick Room on the Meowscarada is what could be dangerous.
I love it. I love it. He could. Why not?
Yeah.
I would do it. If I had it, if that was the set, you gotta click it.
Yeah.
Alright. There is our Omni Boost, and here is our Terrestrialization. Now we will reveal our trap card, as the famous slogan says. Alright. Another Tera Grass Dondozo. But may I remind you folks that this is all possible because of Vivillon, the Tailwind support, allowing us to outspeed Meowscarada. Alright, over there. Okay.
Wrong one.
Wrong one. I was gonna say, wait a minute. There it is. Tera Blast. Does he have both? 252 Bolt. Come on, 252 Bolt. Oh!
Good.
Oh, man. Bro. Alright, just in time. The Tailwind petered out.
Yeah, and I don't think there is a single move Meowscarada can possibly click to win this.
I want to click Wave Crash anyway.
Yeah, that'll be a meaty wave crash in the rain.
But unfortunately, he says the Vivillon was too good.
It was.
All right, folks, and that was a very, very entertaining three battles there. That was very, very clean for the most part, except for missing a couple of heat waves. But you know how it goes, right? But other than that, thanks again, ChessBoard, for joining us on the channel. We beat your doppelganger Mason. We got to showcase Tera Blast, Tera Grass Dondozo, and we even used the butterfly for a game, right? Which is all that you could ask for a team like this. So, how did you build the squad mon by mon?
Yeah, so I'd say with this team, it definitely started with the double friend guard concept. I just messed around with the team built by Masayoshi Kuro at OCIC, and I kind of realized like, okay, what if I mix this with Choice Specs Tatsugiri? Then I could lead the friend guard with Tatsugiri, and it just does big damage. So that's kind of how that started. Um, and originally the last two slots were, let's see, it was Iron Hands and Gholdengo, which turned to Glimmora and Gholdengo.
Okay.
So with the shift to Series 3, I just kind of had to. I put the sort of Series 3 or Regulation C twist on it with the Flutter Mane Chi-Yu core, because it just seemed really good going into the event. Um, and yeah, I think uh, that's pretty much how the process went. There's some stuff like the Tera Grass on the Dondozo was sort of a last minute call going into Charlotte, which really saved me at that event, honestly.
Great call.
Yeah. Um, and then what else? Like I said, the choice specs Tatsugiri is really strong. In the leads versus some matchups, though, it's really hard to bring versus Flutter Mane Amoongus teams. Um, but whenever you don't see those two mons, it's able to get away with Terra Steel, Tera Blast into Flutter Mane pretty often, which is pretty nice. Um, and if like I think I mentioned it in one of the games, if they do have the Amoongus, I pretty much always want to Tera Grass on Dozo to avoid spores.
Of course. All right. Now, what about like some of these EV spreads here? Let's start with the Maushold there. What is that meant to do?
Yeah, so the Maushold spread is essentially it is enough speed to be faster than both Chi-Yu and Tatsugiri. So Tatsu's max speed I think is 134, and I dropped it down to 133 so it could be slower than Chi-Yu. And then it is enough HP and defense to be able to take uh, a jet punch. I can't quite remember if it was Terra Water jet punch, but at least a jet punch in the rain from Palafin.
Ooh,
Um, because I made that spread around OCIC when Palafin Pelipper was all over the place. Um, and then
Dondozo.
yeah, Dondozo is it caught a lot of people off guard with it being Jolly max speed, which I actually really like. Just about every Flutter Mane you encounter right now is gonna be around 170 to 180 speed stat.
That's me. I am one of those.
Yep. And Dondozo hits 190 with max speed, so yeah, it is able to outspeed an Oko quite a few Flutter Mane right now, which
It's very
um
good.
yeah, those surprise knockouts make a serious difference. Definitely that is what won me my set versus Olivia at Fort Wayne, and
Which we featured on our channel just recently.
yeah, if you're watching this, I'm very sorry about the Fisher misses. Um, and it's enough attack to man, what was it? I made that spread a long time ago. Um, trying to think, it might have been versus Fluttermane, maybe.
I don't know.
Or
It's or no. It was for Grass Blast to take out Palafin. Sorry.
oh, okay,
Uh,
which it did, and
yep.
we did 2 games with it. Yeah, so like, oh wow.
Yeah. So um, yeah, definitely important to have a good amount of attack on it for that. It is a considerably frail Dondozo with all that uh like offensive investment, but at the end of the day, it's Dondozo. It's gonna take quite a few hits.
Yeah, you have the
Uh,
Omni boost. It's gonna help you as long as you don't get hazed. What's
yeah,
the
pretty much.
yeah, what's the I mean the Flutter Mane and Tatsu are relatively straightforward. It's almost essentially 252 spreads. Same with the Vivillon. What's the Chi-Yu supposed to do here?
So the Chi-Yu is enough speed to be just barely slower than the Maushold. Then I made the decision to run a bulkier Chi-Yu, which I thought was like a really interesting meta call. And you saw a few of them at Fort Wayne, but it was mostly like choice scarf
Scarf
ones
stuff.
running around.
Mm-hmm.
So and then after that it was basically just I didn't have a whole lot of time and um to really like calc stuff for the Chi-Yu or the Flutter Mane, so I just figured like max HP and then the rest in special attack would hopefully be good enough. Um it and I mean it was, right? It takes quite a few hits from a lot of stuff that it needs to, so
Yep.
um
Citrus is nice.
yeah. The citrus berry comes in clutch pretty often. Like we saw it with the Glimmora. It's able to usually take 2 power gems, which is nice.
Oh, it's very
Um,
convenient for sure. I mean, we
yeah,
have a lot of good special defense bulk, so yeah.
yeah, and then, um, I mean, the special attack is, like it helps whenever it doesn't have a nasty plot up, but if you're able to get the nasty plot up, it really doesn't need a lot of special attack investment.
No,
It's just yeah, it's so powerful in that sense that
that's usually like one of my unwritten rules. Like if you got nasty plot or storage dance, you don't need to go max attack, max special attack, because you're gonna just end up overkilling anyway. So just it's more worth it to invest in your bulk, right? Because you might need to take a hit first to like set up said nasty plot or storage dance. So you want to invest in your bulk, take a little bit of damage, and then you could sweep next turn, right? So
yep.
that's always like my little beginner philosophy with setup moves. But yeah, overall, a really, really cool team. Thanks for explaining the building process and some of these spreads. So now what we're going to do, folks, is take you to the rental where you too can try out this Vivillon Tera Grass Dondozo squad. All right, folks, and there it is. There is the rental for this Vivillon team. Matt, once again, ChessBoard, a.k.a. The Real Mason. Thanks for joining us on the channel today. Is there anything, now that the regionals are over, right, is there, and in hindsight, is there anything about the squad that you would change right now with the current format and the way it is at the moment?
Yeah, so a few things is trying to find the right Dondozo for the format is kind of tricky. Right now I'm running Substitute over Earthquake, but it
Oh,
it's hard to like it's super hard to make the right call. Fissure is scary, but I can't run Terra Flying because if I do, then Amoongus and Palafin become a big problem, and yeah, so potentially switching Earthquake for Substitute is an option. And on Tatsugiri, there is I've kind of liked running Sleep Talk over Surf. Surf just allows for a little bit of consistency in the end games, but
yeah.
Sleep Talk, like versus a good Flutter Mane, Amoongus, Arcanine, Palafin player, you're almost always gonna lose your Dondozo and then have your Tatsugiri get spored. So yeah, Sleep Talk is like the one like good out you can have versus that, other than just hope you get that one turn sleep.
Yeah, like I was just actually looking at this. I just noticed, like, I don't think we need Muddy Water and Surf. Like, I don't think we need 2 double target water moves, but that's okay.
Mhm.
That is something you're gonna fix, not me.
Yeah,
All right. What
missing
else?
moves never feels nice, but it's just a part of the game.
Oh, for sure.
And then The biggest thing, the biggest hole in this team is the Flutter Mane spread I went with. It is just max, which is not the play. It dies to just about anything without a friend guard on the field. So, I've been messing around with a few builds. There is one that's I kind of like is right now 172 speed, which
Garchomp.
is enough to, or 177. Sorry, I'm literally I read the number, and
That's faster than our Flutter Mane.
yeah, and that it basically it speed creeps Jugulus, which isn't super necessary, but the biggest reason is to sort of guarantee that, or not guarantee, but have pretty high likelihood to get that outspeed on most of the common Flutter Manes right now.
Yeah, the one I like to do is I just outspeed Adamant Dondozo 252 because that thing is going to hit 174, so I just go 175, which also naturally just outspeeds the Garchomp anyway, and it also outspeeds the Garchomp speed creepers, so I felt like, 175 was relatively okay. But if you're going here 177, we have a problem. Now you're faster than mine. All right.
The
That's
speed
okay.
creep wars are gonna
Of
be...
course, absolutely. Well, that was a hey, and that's the thing when you have a team like this, right? You can always tweak it, depending on the format, and when it changes in terms of the meta, you can always make some adjustments here and there. But super cool squad as it is, right? You can afford to go max if you do have that friend guard, so that's okay. Now, before we say goodbye, is there anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout outs to all the people who names the members of the team. See, we have Spite, Maddie Kitten, Edwin, Hexes, and Ghostly. And we also have, I mentioned them earlier, but Masayoshi Kuro being a big inspiration for the team. And as well as Brian Collins and Nathan Ortiz for like the
Cortex.
choice specs. Yeah, Cortex for the choice specs Tatsugiri idea.
Nice.
And I think that's about it.
All right. And where can the viewers find you, by the way?
Yeah, my YouTube is at ChessBoard BNB, as in bed and breakfast, or that's the group I'm a part of.
Okay.
And my Twitter is at chessboard with 2 underscores, so chessboard __ because the others were taken.
Oh man, a lot of chessboards going on. All right, well that's totally fine. We'll put your socials in the video description below. But folks, that's gonna be it for now. Chessboard, Matt, Mason, thanks for joining us. We'll be back with another video in the next one, guys. Peace out and have a good one.